Thank you.
Don't forget to turn your mics on.
Okay. Trustee Sutton Kennedy,
Present.
trustee Fields,
Here.
trustee Espy,
Here.
trustee Townsend here. Madam President?
Here.
Okay.
We have 5 Board of Education members who are present. Thank you so much, trustee Townsend, for performing the roll call. Next, we have the Pledge of Allegiance. If we can invite everyone in attendance to join us in reciting of the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Next, we have the acceptance of the agenda. Is there a motion at this time?
Madam President, trustee Fields moves that the Board of Education accept the agenda as presented.
Thank you. A motion has been made by trustee Fields. Is there support for this motion?
Trustee Espy, I support.
Thank you. Supported by trustee Espy. All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? That motion carries. Next, that takes us to our consent agenda. Is there a motion at this time?
Trustee Townsend, I move that the Board of Education approve: 1, February 10th, 2025, regular board meeting minutes; 2, personnel matters as per the presented list dated February 18th, 2025, new hires and resignations.
Thank you. A motion has been made by trustee Townsend. Is there support for this motion?
Trustee Sutton Kennedy, support.
Thank you. Supported by trustee Sutton Kennedy. All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? That motion carries. That takes us to our first action item this evening under Student Affairs, which is the acceptance of a field trip request for Ypsilanti Community High School RCTC Culinary. Is there a motion at this time?
Madam President, trustee Fields move that the Board of Education approve the overnight field trip of the Ypsilanti Community High School culinary program to Battle Creek, Michigan on March 10th through the 11th, 2025.
Thank you. A motion has been made by trustee Fields. Is there support for this motion?
Support, trustee Townsend.
Thank you. Supported by trustee Townsend. Any discussion on this item? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? That motion carries. Next, that takes us to the acceptance of a field trip request for Ypsilanti Community High School, another one, RCTC Culinary. Is there a motion at this time?
Madam President, trustee Espy, I move that the Board of Education approve the overnight field trip of the Ypsilanti Community High School culinary program to Grand Rapids on April 11th through 13th, 2025.
Thank you. A motion has been made by trustee Espy. Is there support for this motion?
Trustee Townsend, support.
Thank you. Supported by trustee Townsend. Any discussion on this item? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? That motion carries. Next, that takes us to the acceptance of a field trip for Ypsilanti Community Middle School from March 5th through the 9th. Is there a motion at this time?
Trustee Townsend move that the Board of Education approve the field trip of the Ypsilanti Community Middle School to Chicago, Illinois on March 5th through the 9th, 2025.
Thank you. A motion has been made by trustee Townsend. Is there support for this motion?
Trustee Sutton Kennedy, support.
Thank you. Supported by trustee Sutton Kennedy. Any discussion on this item?
Yes, I would like to hear more
Yes,
about it
trustee.
from Mr. Davis. If he can talk to me about it, I would truly appreciate it.
So we have a unique opportunity to go back to the NASB conference. Last year was 15,000 people. This year it's almost 20,000 people in attendance. And we have a racing team that is ranked number 1 in the country. Undefeated, and another down the line. So it's
And is it okay to say something?
Of course.
So I just wanted you to speak on that because I wanted the community to hear us. Because see, we hear you talking about it, we know what that's like, but I think it's really important for the community to know what we're doing at the middle school, and how they're excelling in the engineering and looking at that. And so I wanted you to come up and give the community back some information on that so they can hear that. Mhm, yeah. Yes.
Any other board comments or questions? Thank you, Mr. Davis. And thank you for the question, trustee Field. So a motion was made by trustee Townsend, supported by trustee Sutton Kennedy. All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? That motion carries. All the best on those field trips for all of our students. Next, we have our MASB presentation, which is a study session board workshop. We have Dr. Kent Cartwright, who is the Deputy Director of the MASB, who will facilitate CBA 315. And at this time, I'll turn it over to Dr. Zachary Ross to maybe share any additional information about the requirement that we're meeting this evening for this financial workshop that we'll be participating in.
Thank you, Madam President. As we know, we were very fortunate to work alongside the governor to receive the debt relief under Public Act 321. And alongside the requirements after receiving the debt relief from the bonds, it was required that the board receive 3 trainings per year around financial management. There was not a specific guideline of what type of financial management. And so as the board has considered what you would take place in terms of workshops, you had already attended so many CBA workshops under MASB individually. And so this workshop was one that was new. It has been revised, as Dr. Cartwright has talked to me about. It was one that has been very popular amongst board members. And so as we are moving alongside this year, and we know with Treasury, there's one component that we have not received in terms of the funding, but we didn't want the year to go so far along without at least starting that 3-part training. So this training is one that none of the board members had taken, and it's been revised. It's been well received, and Dr. Cartwright was just so gracious to say, I'll come there to have to perform this training. And so this is one that would go towards everyone, would benefit all the board members, and he thought this would be beneficial. So we are just so grateful that you're able to come to provide this to the board. And so it meets multiple requirements. So thank you for coming to Ypsilanti Community Schools. We're just so happy to have you.
Yes.
Are we doing okay now? All right. But there are some parts there that you should pay attention to, and it'll be very helpful. And I'm going to give you Cliff Notes right now. And if you want to write these items down, the things you want to know when you go through an audit, you want to read the opinion. And I'm going to cover these later, but this is the Cliff Notes. Read the opinion, read the thing called the MD&A.
MDNA.
MD&A, yep, that's shorthand for management discussion and analysis, but MD&A. Look at your cash balance to make sure you got cash. Look at your budget to actual comparison. And in the back, there is a report called the report